Donald Trump is losing it as Democrats are getting aggressive and throwing down on Capitol Hill. The MeidasTouch Network's Washington, D.C. bureau was there on Capitol Hill to ask both Democratic Congress members and MAGA Republican Congress members to respond to your questions about what is going on in Washington, D.C. and throughout the world. We asked AOC what she thought about Donald Trump continuing to golf at the taxpayer expense while an unlawful and catastrophic war in Iran rages. Here's what AOC told our Pablo Manríquez. Let's play it.
Obviously, it's awful that this guy's playing golf, but in a way, we're already seeing that some of the most important military decision makers in the country are trying to keep him out of consequential decisions. So in some ways, you kind of want this guy on a golf course more than you want him in the Oval Office. But that also calls into question the 25th Amendment, because if the determination is that Donald Trump cannot be trusted in the Situation Room and in unfolding scenarios, then he's not fit to be president.
Then we asked AOC what she thinks about the reports regarding Kash Patel. Let's listen to AOC's response. Let's play it.
Congressman, real quick, is Kash Patel's sobriety a national security threat at this point?
Absolutely.
Sobriety or lack thereof?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we saw, after, the Men's Olympics hockey championships, the fact that this is a guy that is, hurling bottles of beer in his face, up in the air. This is a person, it's not just embarrassing, it's a person that is easily manipulated. If he's conducting himself in this compromised way in public, especially in a position like the FBI, when you are acting crazy, you are creating opportunities for blackmail and compromise on any maligned actor. And so I think it's absolutely a national security threat, and he should be out of that seat.
Next, we asked Democratic Congress member Vindman what he thought about Kash Patel. Here's what he has to say. Play this clip.
Congressman, has Kash Patel's drinking become a national security threat at this point to the United States?
Well, look, when the memes and the joke is that Kash Patel and Pete Hegseth are part of the liquor cabinet, the answer is yes. Yeah, he's supposed to be safeguarding the United States from foreign threats and domestic threats, and I have significant concerns about Kash Patel being able to perform his functions. Yes.
Got it. And what do you make of Trump saying that he's no longer building a ballroom, but instead building a hospital and a security bunker in the White House grounds?
Yeah, I guess I'm skeptical about anything the president says, and so the president, this seems to be his number one priority rather than addressing costs for the American people or the war in Iran that he started. He needs to focus on U.S. national security. That's the number one thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We then asked Congressmember Subramanian, Democratic Congress member, play this clip.
Has Kash Patel's drinking become a national security issue at this point?
I think his incompetence is more of a national security issue than anything. I think his drinking is just cherry on the top for why he shouldn't be in office.
Next, we asked Democratic Congresswoman Jaya Paul what she thinks. Let's play this clip.
Real quick, has Kash Patel's sobriety or lack thereof become a national security issue?
Absolutely it is. And, obviously those were very serious allegations. He's trying to sue the Atlantic now to stop them from coming out. But I think we all saw his performance during the championships. And I think this seems to be not a very well-kept secret. So it is a serious concern that this is what the leadership of the FBI is engaged in.
We caught up with Democratic Congress member Walkinshaw. Here's what he had to say. Play this clip.
Congressman, real quick, has Kash Patel's sobriety or lack thereof become a national security threat?
His general clownishness is a national security threat.
Then we asked Democratic Congressmember Olszewski about the termination by the Trump regime of Lori Chavez DeRemer, the labor secretary. Donald Trump has gotten rid of, he's fired 3 cabinet members. They're all 3 females. Kristi Noem, bye-bye. Pam Bondi, bye-bye. And now Lori Chavez DeRemer, bye-bye. All unqualified, all horrible cabinet members, all have done horrible things, but it is notable that the Trump regime has gotten rid of the 3 female cabinet members. What about Bessent? What about Hegseth? What about Lutnick? What about RFK? And all of those goons, they need to go as well. Here, play this clip of the Democratic Congressmember Olszewski. Play this clip.
Congressman, is Kash Patel's drinking at this point a national security problem?
I think the allegations that have been put forward are extremely concerning, and if true, absolutely a concern for all Americans and national security.
Is there anything Congress can be? Is there anything Democrats can do from the minority to kind of rein him in? Like this, it seems like he's in a pretty important position.
Yeah, we have to keep calling out the abuses of power, whether it's Kash Patel or the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. We did it with Kristi Noem, and so we're going to keep calling out these abuses. We're going to make sure Pam Bondi comes to testify. This is an administration that is known for enriching themselves, for not following the law, and so Democrats have a responsibility to keep lifting our voices anytime issues like this are raised for the American people.
Any reaction to the unceremonious ousting of Lori Chavez DeRemer earlier today?
Again, I think actions have consequences, and so we're going to keep holding this administration accountable. We're going to keep holding this president accountable, and look forward to continue working with my colleagues to make sure that this is a place that upholds the dignity, worth, value of the American people.
Next, we caught up with Democratic Congresswoman Scanlon. Here's what she had to say. Play this clip.
What do you make of Kash Patel? Is his sobriety or lack thereof a national security threat?
Well, I would think anybody in that position's sobriety would be a national security threat.
Have you read this article by The Atlantic, though?
Sure, I think everybody
his
did.
security detail is having trouble waking him and things like that. What can be done?
Well, in a normal administration, the president would demand someone's resignation or start an investigation.
Got it. And what's your message to senators, though, when and if Trump does fire him, about what the next FBI director should be?
Well, we'd like to have someone competent, for starters.
For a change?
Yes, for a change.
So how do you all think the MAGA Republican Congress members responded to us? Here's what Congresswoman Mary Miller said or didn't say to Pablo Manríquez from the MeidasTouch Network, Washington, D.C. Bureau. Play this clip.
Is Kash Patel's drinking a national security concern at this point? Nothing?
We then asked MAGA Republican Congress member Diaz-Balart of Florida what he thinks about the Trump regime defunding Catholic charities in the archdiocese in his district and nearby. What do you think about Donald Trump attacking the Catholic Church across the country, across the world, and defunding what the Catholic Church does in your congressional district or nearby, Diaz-Balart? Listen to what this MAGA Republican Congress member says. Play this clip.
It's an immigration question, though, for you. So, what do you make of the Trump administration pulling $11 million from Catholic charities in Miami? You hear about this?
Not really. I mean, I kind of saw a news thing, but I haven't. We're in the middle of my bills going for markup this week and next, so that's what I've been focused on.
Next, we asked this MAGA Republican Congress member from Florida, Diaz-Balart, what he thinks about Kash Patel. Do you have confidence in Kash Patel? Diaz-Balart. Here's what he has to say. Play this clip.
So, what do you make of the Trump administration pulling $11 million from Catholic charities in Miami? You hear about this?
Not really. I mean, I kind of saw a news thing, but I haven't. We're in the middle of my bills going for markup this week and next, so that's what I've been focused on.
Got it. Any reaction, I guess, to the feud, if you will, between Trump and Pope Leo?
You know, those are two very strong personalities. Yeah. For me, look, freedom of speech is an important thing. So people want to say whatever they can. I don't have an issue with that.
Last question, Kash Patel, do you still have confidence that he's he can do the job?
I do. I saw some quick blurbs on the airplane on the way here. I haven't read it, but I think he's been doing a spectacular job.
Okay, got it.
Hey, thanks so much.
Next, we heard from MAGA Republican Congressmember McCormick from Georgia. Here's what he had to say. Play this clip.
Congressman, tough question, but is Kash Patel's drinking a national security concern at this point?
No, I don't know anything about his drinking. I've not heard any rumors or heard any concerns. I think he's executing his job brilliantly up to this point. So I don't see why that would even be a controversial thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, he was drinking at the Olympics and stuff like that, kind of carrying on. There's an Atlantic piece over the weekend.
I'll tell you, as a rugby Marine, I've seen plenty of guys drink and have fun when they're on their spare time. That's their business.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a lot of Americans out there right now who would almost take offense to that. Does that mean I can't go party with my friends and then go do my job during the week time? I don't think that's really fair. I mean,
It is 420.
as long as it doesn't affect his job in a negative way, I'm cool. I mean, I can tell you, I don't like to tie one on very often because usually it's not a safe environment nowadays. But I'll tell you, when I was with my rugby buddies back in the day, on occasion, I'd like to go out and have fun with those guys, let my hair down, and be one of the guys. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Then we spoke with or heard from MAGA Republican Congress member Randy Fine. He's the real big weirdo, horrible human being from Florida. Here's what he had to say when he learned about Lori Chavez DeRemer, and that's supposed to be the committee that he has jurisdiction over. Here's what he said. Play this clip.
I just read about it when I came over here, so I don't know the circumstances about it or anything else. I just read she's resigned.
But just from your position on the committee, the relevant committee of jurisdiction, were you aware of the IG report that was underway?
I wasn't.
Or have you all been briefed on it at all?
I wasn't, and I have not. So, I'm relatively new, and my interest is more education than welfare. That's why or than labor. That's why I'm on the committee. But I literally just saw the headline. I don't know anything else other than that. Okay, thank you guys.
Sir.
Going back to the Democrats for a moment, Democratic Congress member from Rhode Island, Magaziner, reminds us what Kash Patel did, not just in covering up the Epstein files, which he continues to do, but remember that shooting that took place at Brown University, the school shooting, and Kash Patel basically was just completely incompetent and saying people did it who didn't do it. Here, play this clip. Congressmember Magaziner reminds us. Let's play this clip.
Congressman, real quick, has Kash Patel's drinking become a national security threat to the United States?
Let me say this. So, in Rhode Island, where I'm from, we had the Brown University shooting a while back. And when that manhunt was going on for the shooter, Kash Patel tweeted that they got the guy when it was the wrong guy. And he did the same thing after the Charlie Kirk shooting. And that is so dangerous, right? Because if there is a shooter at large, especially a mass shooter like at Brown, and you have the director of the FBI saying we got him when they didn't, like that puts people's lives in danger. And so I don't know if he was drunk when he did those things or not, but I do know that he's unfit for the job and he needs to be out of there like right now.
And then our Washington, D.C. bureau with Pablo Manríquez was able to ask the Democratic leader, Hakeem Jeffries, who's likely going to be the next Speaker of the House when Democrats take control in the midterms, what he thought about Kash Patel. Here's what Leader Jeffries had to say. Let's play this clip.
Is Kash Patel's sobriety or lack thereof a national security threat?
Kash Patel is deeply unqualified, deeply unserious, and his behavior is deeply un-American. And he should no longer be the FBI director. That shouldn't surprise anyone that I hold that view, because he never should have been confirmed to begin with. And we have to stop putting all the blame on the people who nominated this incompetent, toxic, malignant individual. What about the people who confirmed him? And it's extraordinary to me that Senate Republicans confirmed people like Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, RFK Jr., and Kash Patel. All of them deeply unserious and deeply unqualified. And now the country is paying the price because of the individuals that Donald Trump chose to nominate as part of the Trump cartel that's now doing great damage to the nation, and the fact that Senate Republicans, like helpless sheep, went along with it all.
Folks, so great to see our Washington, D.C. bureau in action, getting the answers that you want to hear from them. Scott McFarland, of course, is the head of the Washington, D.C. Bureau. Pablo Manríquez, part of the Washington, D.C. Bureau. Our D.C. team will continue to expand. That's thanks to you. One of the best ways you can support this network right now by doing two things. Number one, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Help us get 7 million subscribers. Double check, because you may think you're subscribed to this channel, but you may not actually be subscribed. So double check and turn your notifications on. So when a new video drops, turn notifications on. It says, got it, new MeidasTouch video. Second favor I ask of you, really need your help on this one. Let other people know about the MeidasTouch Network. Send the MeidasTouch Network YouTube channel to 10 people you know. Word of mouth is always the best. So text message or email or tell family members, friends, coworkers right when this video ends about the MeidasTouch Network. You can share with them this video, or you can share with them the podcast I did with my brothers this evening. Thanks so much. We're grateful for you. We're always listening to. We hear you. We're fighting for you every day. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.